decibels can be recreated, but it can't be restored because I don't have the guitars loops. And the other one that can be restored is probably into the intro. That's about it. Not really much else at this point. So we're gonna go with this one, and it's a nice funky tune. Welcome Gamer XT. And let's see. So I've in order to tackle, you know, an easy way to get the notes for this, I've separated. FL Studio now allows you to automatically separate songs into stems, and so I've separated it into drums, bass, and instruments. And then here's the bass. And so, and then from that point, I was able to convert it to MIDI. And even then, the MIDI conversion was not very good. The rhythm was really off, but it was a start. And so I had to correct it. I had to follow this thing and correct it, and make sure everything was right. And so here's what I got so far. Okay, and I also added the automatic swing here with the swing knob, so it has 50% swing. And so what we have here is like a basic, let's see, we have basically the G blues scale, but my thing is not working, hold on. Keyboard's not working. Oh, there it is. Because the scale that we're following here is except we're not using D sharp. It's traditional blues scale has like this, but he's sharpening the D sharp to an E. So we're technically, see, where's the tritone? Where would the tritone be here? The tritone would be C sharp, and we're technically not even using the tritone, so it's kind of pentatonic mostly. Yeah, mostly pentatonic, but with that major third there. So it's kind of bluesy. Let's see. So he goes with this groove. And then he goes up to A sharp, to F, and then back to G. Cool. So, and then he ends on this, and then back to F again, and then 5. So he does this sort of groove thing here. And so let's see. Welcome, Mr. 10 Years. How's it going? My favorite guy on YouTube. Hey, going good. How are you doing? I didn't recognize this melody, but then I looked again and saw it's the GBA one. Ah, yes. Welcome, Ryu. So the hardest part of this is going to be the organ, and it lumped the harmonica and the organ together. So that's definitely the most expressive part of this track. And so I have the organ used here. Yes. Whoop, it's not down there. Very funky organ. It's from the Roland Jazz Composer. I think it's from the Jazz Composer. Either that or it's from the keyboards of the 60s and 70s, but they'll both be the same. This is the B3 Jazz Chorus organ. And so, let's call this bass. And so let's find first empty and call this organ. And so we know that it starts, the first note is like a G here. Way up here. And so it starts halfway through the bar, which means that I'll want to take a time marker. And put that there, and then it goes up to, like, that note can kind of continues, and then it goes with this G minor chord on top, like it adds this G chord on top. Except maybe that's not quite right. Sounds more like a G dominant chord. G minor 7 chord. Keep hitting that note at the top with my arm. So let's see. So okay, so that's good for that. Let's see. Okay, so we have this descending line, and which means that, let's see. There's definitely some of this going on here. F, E, D. So I'm going to say that this chord probably stops short. Maybe. Yeah, it's got to go faster than that. Okay, and there's a lower note down here that's doing. It's like and then it finally ends with this one. So, and I think that the chord is going to be probably, maybe let's try this. Or maybe down here. Ah, that sounds better. Yeah, that sounds right. Let me set my snap to be a beat. And there's some flourishing there, so it's not perfectly right there. Let's see. Thanks for this amazing and nostalgic content. You're welcome, Hector. Ouch, said my name wrong. Ah, well, I'm sorry about that. Right, I wouldn't know how to say. I have to look that up because that's a common name. That's a common Japanese name, right? Yeah, I'm not sure. Sorry about that. Have you been in contact with David Wise? I have not really, not for the reason that you're thinking of. But welcome, Short Films. Okay, so let's see. So this little. And so this, this is likely he recorded this line as like a MIDI line and just played it. So I'm gonna sort of like take off the snap and then. So it's sort of flourishing like this. Little, little, little. Maybe not that slow. Do 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 do. That's sounding better. I also think there's not as much. Yeah, that's sounding a little better. I just need more attack on the thing. Let's go open up the envelope. And then maybe get some more depth to the chorus. Whoops, that's distorted. And I think maybe there's some like passing notes here. Some yeah, maybe some little flourish notes here. Little. It's getting there. And then it kind of goes down at the end there, it sounds like. Maybe not so much passing notes. That's a little bit blurry. Let's get it. I think that's good, actually. Okay, so then in the next phrase, we have, what do we have? Let's see, how many songs have you done for the GBA? I mean, I've restored only the one besides this one, and then I've like sort of covered the two other ones. It's basically you with R. Ryu. Ryu. Is that right? Ryu. Okay. I would have guessed Ryu. Okay, so it's Ryu. Gotcha. Hopefully that's right. We'll see. Ouch. Okay, so what is going on here? So I hear let's see. And then there's a little flourish there. That's getting there. Let's see. There's some other notes on top of that too. And then maybe these notes are not, like, they just end at different times. Or maybe this one's a continuation of this one. And then, let's see. I feel like there's a C down there. Yeah, maybe some fourths. Yeah, that's coming together. Okay, that's coming together. Let's see. I find it odd they replaced the soundtrack. Well, they actually, David Wise has spoken about this in interviews. He did that because of the GBA speakers were so small and tinny they couldn't produce any bass really, and the DKC3 SNES soundtrack was basically like mostly bass. Like it had heavy bass because that's all the three soundtracks on the SNES were like that because people had these huge TVs for the SNES, and so it could produce lots of bass, and the chip could not produce very high sound. So you had a reversal where it's on the GBA, most of the sounds that could be produced were high pitched, high timbre, and on the SNES most of it was lower. So rather than rework all these songs, he decided to create a whole new soundtrack. And Dave seems like the kind of guy that is more creative than analytical, so he prefers to create a whole new soundtrack rather than to be like, oh, what can I do with this, and like transcribing everything, and it's probably easier for his flow to sort of just come up with a whole new soundtrack on the spot. That makes some sense, yes. Have you ever played the GBA version of this game? I obviously haven't. Yeah, I played it a little bit. I think I had it when I was a kid, briefly, but I wasn't really that big on the GBA, or I had the GBA SP. I guess I played it a little bit. How many more do you have until you finish? Lots more, and I don't think we'll ever be finished because a lot of these songs are impossible to reverse engineer. So that's, I mean, the whole soundtrack, like I can do recreations and covers, but restoration, but the whole soundtrack will never be like restored. Like I'll have to approximate some sounds. Okay, so this section is coming along not pretty easily. Let's see. And there's another note on top of here. Probably a C, maybe. Or maybe it's that F again. Oh no, I think it's a C. And maybe there's another note here in the thing. Let's see. I think there's a yeah, it's like a straight minor thing. Oh yeah, maybe there's another A sharp down here. Or do we need that? I don't think we actually have that C on top. And I think it slows down, it goes down faster. Actually, I think there's probably one up. Maybe this would be an octave up, like an octave higher. No, that's not really right. But that F, oh, maybe that F is in there somewhere. Oh, I think that's right. Oh, okay, that sounds right. And maybe there's a dominant. There's a seventh here somewhere. Let's see, because this is technically F major. There could be a D sharp in here. If we throw D sharps in here, maybe that sounds good. Not so much. I think there's a higher one up there somewhere. Maybe. Maybe it's like D's up here. I don't know, it's something. I think it's just brighter, maybe. Interesting, though. Have you thought about mashing up and remixing both the SNES and the GBA versions together? That is a good idea. I have done that with some of the tracks, like Cascade Capers. I've put both of them together and like mix and mash them. But I covered them. I didn't really remix them. Let's see, and then I did that for Mill Fever as well. But that, I don't know, I kind of want to keep the restored versions separate because the restored versions are supposed to be all in like in their own category, like where people just want to listen to the song. So this is sort of like, I don't know if this is like, or maybe this is a G down here. These are G's down here. not really. And I think this flourish is slower here. And maybe the velocities are higher because it's a brighter thing. I don't think there's a separate velocity thing. Let me see what happens if I... Yeah, that'll do for now. I think there's Oh, you know, it might be because there's because it's brighter because of the sample being up here. And there's like separate. Okay, and then we'll insert one here and put the organ here. Okay, so I think there's going to be more of a, I don't want all that attack on there, like have it shortened a little bit. We could maybe have it have an accent. Oh, this is not supposed to be there. Maybe the... Okay, these notes can bleed. Yeah, these notes can like bleed into one another. There we go. But I think this might be a stack of chords, rather, you know, like... And there might, I think there actually is like another accent up here. Oh yeah, it might actually be inverted upward. Yeah, that'll do for now. And then... And then there's a flourish up here as well. So it actually does, the first part it does, it just immediately starts. But then this part, and like the second part, it just so this one has to be unique. Yeah, we'll keep it. We'll keep it there. Okay, so the next part is let's see. David Rye is also Dave also composed the Brothers Bear SNES version. That was one of the ones he did for DK3. It's a shame nobody made a tool yet that extracts music data from Rareware's GBA games, since they use it. Otherwise, the process would be a lot easier. Yeah, I need someone who knows like computers a lot more than me. But apparently, their driver was really complicated and hard to crack. Live streaming the remix is cool as hell, actually. Nice. I'm glad you enjoy it. Welcome, Mittler. Me and Orange use SPC tool to kind of listen to each track separately if you're interested. That works for SNES. SPC tool doesn't work for GBA, does it? I've never heard of SPC tool like opening G. I've never tried that, but I don't think it does that, does it? Thought it was just for SNES. Welcome, Retro Ninjin. This is so cool. I know nothing about music, so I'm super impressed with stuff like this. Glad you enjoy it. Sprinkle Tragedy. Welcome. Hello again, Retro Ninjin. Welcome. I'm old and I played the original Donkey Kong Country games on SNES. Yeah, I played both. They were only 10 years apart from each other anyway. But some people might have exited gaming at that point. People who game less than me, I guess. I believe this song has a sample, particularly the harmonica. It does have a sample, but we'll get to that later. Thought this might have been the SNES ROM. No. There's not enough bass for this to be the SNES ROM. There was a documentary that had that same harmonica part. Oh, really? What documentary is that? It's interesting, because this is a well-known harmonica disc, 0G harmonica. So this part. So, okay, so this part will be, well, the top line will be da, 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 da. And then it goes down, da, na, na, na. And then it just hangs on this note. No, this would be da da do da. And so it does this flourish here. This flourish should make it a little easier to like hear all the individual notes. Da, 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 da. Maybe the top note is an F? Nah, there's no F up there. Okay, I think I definitely got that chord right. Okay, and then this part I think will just be hanging on this. Should all be the same chord, roughly. And then, but then in the bass, we kind of go to F at this point, I think, or A sharp. So that might change it. Let's try, let's see. Yeah, it's A sharp at that point. So maybe let's try an A sharp chord and see if that fits better. Da, 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 da. Nah. Still doesn't fit as much as the. Yeah, it doesn't fit as much as the G chord. No, I think there's not much change around here. And then maybe this just continues out here. Or maybe this one's a little bit different. Because this one is C. Maybe it's goes down to E. The F goes down to E. I think maybe it does. It goes down to C, and there's this one hangs on because this is a C dominant. Maybe, I don't know. That doesn't quite sound right. Maybe these notes kind of hang on. And I don't think this A sharp here is here. Or maybe. And these all kind of hang on longer, I think. Nah, there's got to be something higher. It's got to go higher than that. Or maybe there's like an upper octave, because I know this thing was like done in chords. Let's see. Oh yeah, that sounds a little better. And maybe this one's like lower. I don't think it has a velocity thing, actually. Let's see. No, it doesn't. Let's give it velocity. I think that's good. The yes. I wonder if everything should be like higher except this note. Oh yeah. Nice. Oh wait, this one is like... And if I put this, if I stack these on top of each other, then it's gonna be like... actually, I'm gonna remove this, but... No, not remove it, but I'm gonna put another patch there. Because I don't want to clutter it up. And let me also, to this new patch, I'm going to have to add, do all the same changes. Woo! That's loud. Or I could just, well, I want that there too, but I could just say, hey, this one's going to be lower. Okay, but this one is still... And I want to say that this one maybe doesn't have those upper harmonics. Whoops, I think I removed... Maybe just not as much. That's sounding pretty good. I like that. To start, at least. The fact that you use FL Studio, I'm glad I'm subscribed. Well, I'm glad you like it. Welcome to Darian Walker. But yeah, she wrote Flight of the Bumblebee. Wait, what? She said, welcome, Nathan Mitchell. She's still doing track work. Whoa, I missed a whole conversation. Look at this. Which Brothers Bear is best? Oh, I don't know. I haven't played... I'm a big fan of your restorations. Welcome. Glad you enjoy them. A definitive way for me to listen to the DKC3 Jam. DKC3 get some love. Glad to hear it. Glad to make your definitive way to listen. Banjo Bear is best. Hey dude, welcome Nathan Mitchell. I just want to say your water wheel restoration was awesome. Madeline Fisher takes the lesser spotlight. Unfortunately, even though there are three of them, even though there are three composers, but yes, Evelyn is very great composer too. I like her stuff as well. They're so atmospheric. Yes, she does. She was inspired by a lot of film score in the 90s. I know her personally as a family friend. She's doing great. Awesome. Wow, that's cool. Nice. I'm glad to know she's doing good. She's doing track record. And then Gamer is like, nice. She's doing track work in her spare time, but not officially. Of course, she chats about music. Also likes painting and drawing. Oh, that's cool. I like that. That's awesome. Painting and drawing is great. Yeah, she wrote Flight of the Bumblebee for Wise and Waterworld and 3 and many more. You Flight of the Bumblebee, you mean the Hot Pursuit, like the one where you get chased, like that one level where you get chased by the bumblebee, but the song is like used for like other things. Yeah, I know what you mean. And 3 and many more. I did hear Dave say at some point that she wrote the ice level for DK2. And then Dave kind of put it on the SNES, so that's interesting. I'm sure they probably like mixed and matched these things around and like worked together on them. I have a question. After you finish restoring the DKC3 GBA soundtrack, will you work on restoring other rare games? I'd love to take your advice on Compress 5 further. Probably not doing a lot of like other rare games because I didn't grow up with those, so they're not really nostalgic for me. But so people, I usually just go with what people commission when they're outside my when it's outside my sphere of influence. Mostly, I'm looking. Why is my screen so low, so high? Mostly looking to instead do more original music and covers. So that would be kind of the focus of this channel from now on, trying to transition more into covers and regular music while still continuing. I want to try to mix some of the restorations and covers and original music, kind of get a little bit of everything. Welcome, Noiser. All right, so this is coming together pretty well. Okay, and then we have this, and then I want to, let's see. So this comes in, and then we have that, we have this whole thing kind of repeating again. Oh, and then you have an ending. So it's like this sort of section is... So you have that ending part that goes... Yeah, so I don't want to keep like... I know this lower end part only happens once, and that's probably one of the ones that I'm not so sure about. So I want to make sure I only get that one like once, and not repeat it multiple times, and find a way to sort of, because they're all like running into each other, right? Da, 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 da. So this ending is the only other part that we need now. So what's that ending doing? obviously we're ending on G because the song's in G. Okay, so probably this... Probably it's doing a D, F, G. But I can't tell if it's if those other 3 notes are something else. Oh, it's actually only 2 notes. So it's just F and G. So that's the top note. And in order to effectively sort of hear this, I'm going to focus on the bottom one first. So it would be over here. So these, and these, I want these to both have like strong chorus. Let me see what happens if I turn the depth up. I think I also, or maybe not the depth, but the speed. Okay, that's sounding better already. Nice. Okay, so this is probably going to be like that. This is probably going to be an A sharp major chord. Or maybe it's still just going to be the G. I think it's just these notes are all blurred together. Okay, so let's try that. Let's roll with that, and then let's duplicate this and then have it just be go up an octave. I don't want to run notes into notes, so let's just do that. Okay, but these have to go to channel 2. Nice. Okay, so now this, so in order to effectively sequence this this in the playlist, some of these things go over the line. So we have to like hold Alt and then move them to get that right. Okay, and so this make a cut here, and then this we'll put that here. Okay, so this is let's see, not what I want. This is what I want. Okay, so here. Okay, so here's where he just does this part, and then we have that part there. And then we have a split here where it goes. Whoops, no, don't do that. No, don't do that either. I think you have to like hold it first and then, okay, then hold Alt. Okay. Alt is basically the, like, bypass the grid button. Okay, so that's there, and then we put one of these here. Nice. Okay, and then this will stop a little earlier. This organ ending. About a quarter note earlier. Okay, and let's move this up one to the top. Okay, and then let's move the drums to the bottom. Actually, the drums could be above the bass. But the bass we can remove now. Okay, and the instruments go up with the instruments. Okay, and then, let's see, let's move the organ to the top. And then we're going to get our harmonica line. That's not the one. Ah, here it is. Okay, so we're gonna have to cut this up a bit. Okay, so it's really just that one loop. Whoa, that's not good. Don't do that. I never told you to do that. Okay, so this one, I think that's not quite right. There's a cut off the beginning here. Okay, here's the beginning. Interesting. We have an ending over there. Okay, so let's shelve that for now. Now, if we do go by the step, I can see like sort of the grid where I have to line this up perfectly because the tempo is not quite right. I would say, why did it move? That should not happen. So this should line up with the grid a little bit. Okay. Okay, so I think there's an accent at the beginning, and then it goes in. Yeah, so we're gonna cut this part off. Yeah, then this just repeats. No. Actually, yes, because we're going to need to repeat that. Nice. The organ is a little bit late. It needs plug-in delay compensation. And the only thing we're going to use for contact is the organ. So let's call this organ, and then so that's going to go into 1, and then 1 is going to be set in MS. We're going to try 50 milliseconds. I'm not actually sure. Maybe it's the... Yeah, that'll do. Nice. Okay, that's a good start. Somewhat ugly chords. Was that a thing in the original? A little bit. It's still a work in progress. It's like nice. It's getting there. It's going to be a work in progress for now. Let's give it some mixing. Okay, so let's start. Let's go on with the drums now. Welcome, here at Tina. Sorry, Sam, I was sleeping and busy yesterday. I get those GSF rips out. All right, no worries. Hello, Tex-Man. Excelente música. Gracias, Juan. Okay, so let's go for drums. Nice. Now here we go. This is a sliced up loop. Let's open in a new SliceX channel. Oh, there's like an ending there at the end. Interesting. So let's not. I hate how it by default just sends it to the piano roll. Do not do that unless I tell you to. Drum. Let's call it as drums, and then let's see what we got with my. cool. It's not hitting quite right. Let's see. Maybe I need to delete this. Maybe not. Ooh. Maybe this one's a clear one. Yeah, there you go. So let's set this to be in steps now that we're in a beat. Nice. Let's see what other kind of kick sounds we got. Ooh, that one's interesting too. It's much the same, really. Okay, that's about as good as it's gonna get. Doom, 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 doom. Nice. So this is pretty much doom, 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 doom. And there's a tambourine sound in here, which I'm going to get from Donkey Kong Country for the SNES. It sounds like the same one to me. Okay, so it sounds like that sounds about right. Okay, so this one's not here. I think there's like an introduction here. Or like this one's a lower velocity. And also I don't want them bleeding into one another. And it's also higher pitched. Let me remove this intro a little bit. Maybe not that high pitched. And it's a little bit quicker. Let's see, this one is quick. Okay, now this and this drum beat, I want to EQ it a little bit because it's got a stronger bass. Like he. There we go. Yeah, much better. And there's some little bits of the loop sprinkled in there. I think there's about 4 bars of a loop there. Let's see. So I can try to approximate some of the. Let me see what's the obvious places. And it might not be, it might be some auditory illusion made by the, by the thing. Made by the separation of the instrument, so let me check on that. Make sure that I'm not just chasing ghosts. Okay, yeah, it's actually just a simple beat. Okay, so it's a lot simpler than I thought. Thank you, Hiratina, for the recordings. Okay, so is my filter not catching the fan? Hold on. So let's see, we can remove all of that. So I want these to both be one sound. Because this is the snare. Oh, now this thing changes. So it's like do. I see where it is now. And maybe this one's also included? Let's see. Yeah, I like that. But it has to be a little louder. So, but this one I kind of want to not have the envelope. Is that going to affect the... No, it affects the whole thing. Okay. So this, I want to try using... I want to copy this to deck B. Let's see if I can do that. Copy to deck B. That way I can have two separate things. See, if I just copy this, I can probably copy it to deck B. There we go. Now deck B, I want to not have that. Let's see, can I do that? No, I can't. So I have to do separate things. Separate instances. Oh wait, I can have separate articulators, but how do I use the separate so I can tell marker 4 to not use that articulator, and it should work. Sounds like it's working. Whereas marker 8 will still use the articulator 1, I guess? Nope. Nope, it's all over the place. So it doesn't actually change for articulator 1. Ah, I see. Amp, you can set this one to not use articulator 2. Nice. And it filters out the snare in the thing. So let's say the drums are, yeah, let's put that there. Oh yeah, that organ's gonna need a lot of work. Nice, it's sounding pretty good so far. let's see if that sounds worse if I do 25. Better. Maybe we get an exciter on this. Nice. Okay, let me get a saturation knob on that drum loop. There we go. Okay, tambourine is going to get its own track. Everything's going to get unique mixer tracks. Okay, that's when there's a loud note I want to limit. Okay, this one needs chorus. Okay. I wanted chorus on the harmonica. Okay, and it sounds a little delayed. Like it's a little too fast, the loop. So let me put on stretching, and then stretch that thing again. And then maybe let's give it a little more leeway. Ah. Okay, that's enough of that. Okay, now the bass needs to have some chorus on it. Nice. Okay, the drum beat is a little too loud. Here we go. Okay, now the tambourine should have chorus on it. Whoops, not flanger. Okay, that's cool. That's working. Gotta go back to my own projects. Good luck with your project. Nice to see you stream. Thank you. Well, good luck with yours too. Welcome, Dev. What's going on? Sounds good. Pow, pow, pow. Glad you think so. Yeah, we're restoring. Welcome. Okay, so now I wanna do something with reverb here. I'm gonna do a reverb bus. Doc, this one to the right. Call it reverb. I think I need more volume on the drum beat. Maybe some saturation on it too. Okay, so let's give the harmonica reverb and also the tambourine and the organ. Okay, and let's make it small. Let's make it like a second. Okay, and let's paste this twice. Maybe less reverb. Now the organ has to have yeah, there you go. This one. I think I'll bypass that. Okay, now let's get Maximus on this. I want the ending to have it stop. Nice. Okay, let me do an ending drum. I don't know if it actually has an ending drum or that was an optical illusion, or an auditory illusion, but let's make an ending where we just have this part. Nice. Ah, but the drums have to come back out. And that's one annoying thing about FL Studio is that once you put in you append a pattern, it just makes all the patterns extend like that, which is not good design. I think I want the organ to have like the layer to be louder. Yes. Nice. Nice, that sounds pretty good, if I do say so myself. I like bears. Welcome, Ron Zhang. Glad you like bears. Nice. So I'd say that's how long have you been streaming? That's an hour and a half. I'd say that's pretty much done. I might make some adjustments to the organ. What do y'all think of the organ? Is it good? The organ sounds pretty nice, I think. I'll have to come back to it and see if anything else jumps out, but it's coming together pretty well, I'd say. I think I'll get an exciter on this. Nice. Okay, I think that works actually. Let's see. So I think we'll call this done for now, and this will be on YouTube when I get done with it. And then, why is the filter not catching the fan? Noise gate. I have to keep raising this noise gate. So I think next we'll probably do more, I don't know, maybe do another cover or do more Donkey Kong 64. Might be nice to do more Donkey Kong 64. But anyway, this will be called Done. And we'll have this on YouTube in a day or two. So thanks y'all for coming to the stream, and this will be Jam and Sam signing off. Until next time, take care.